Hi, everyone. Hope you are well today. We are live again. Diane Willock with Supermums, Customer Success Coach, joined by Maria Stanford, also Customer Success Coach here with Supermums. And we're talking Marketing Cloud again. So if you didn't have a chance to join us for our discovery session yesterday, we're going to just talk a little bit today about Marketing Cloud. Is it a good fit for you? And really how to add those marketing skills to your resume or to your CV, what skills are important, and just talk a little bit more about skilling up in those digital marketing skills. So Maria, I was going to just kind of go over, I think, some top 3 skills that I feel are really important to have if you are going to be positioning yourself for a marketing role, and also positioning yourself in Marketing Cloud. So 3 of those I think that are really important are communication, right? Obviously, it's important to have those communication skills up to speed, and also because you are interacting with a lot of different individuals within your organization, and you want to make sure that you're all on the same page when it comes to how are you going to be interacting with the customer? What are your requirements? What do you hope to achieve? So being able to talk to different individuals within your organization, different stakeholders to understand what their needs are. It's very important to make sure that you have effective communication and you're confident in your ability to make sure that your message gets across correctly. So for me, communication skills, make sure that that is top and center on your CV, and you talk about that to make sure that you are distinguishing yourself. Also, I would say very important right now, especially in the digital marketing world, is to have good analysis skills. We're very data driven right now, and especially with Marketing Cloud, provides a lot of great useful data for you about your customers. So you want to make sure that you have those business analysis skills, that you're able to make sure that you understand you understand your customers. You got to analyze what's going on. You got to analyze their journey and make sure to adapt at how you see fit in that process. Third one, I would say that's very important to make sure that you are adding to your CV would be organization. This is especially true in marketing because you're going to be running different campaigns at different times. You might have different products or customers that you're going to be focusing on. If you don't have good organization skills, it can be very easy for you to get distracted and lose your way a bit. So make sure that you are emphasizing your organization skills and what you have done in the past, what you have handled before, how that showcases your organization skills. So those would be my top 3. I don't know, Maria, if you want to talk a little bit more about maybe some other important skills to have to add to your CV.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that those 3 that you've actually highlighted there are key, aren't they, for that particular area. And I think the ones that I particularly feel would then come after those is certainly around that kind of project management. It's really important to be able to really kind of assess how that marketing, that digital marketing is going to increase your revenue and increase profitability in your business, right? So actually that project management is really key to be making sure that all of that implementation is where it needs to be to get that return on investment. I think also then that kind of ties very nicely in with that planning, having that skill set of being able to plan. So, actually take on multiple tasks and look at what that planning of campaigns might be within that marketing role. Again, this is a brilliant skill set to have throughout, isn't it? Kind of planning and organizational skills. And I think that probably ties in closely with that. So that would be my second. And then my third would, I think that would probably be, to go into that marketing arena, having some basic marketing skills. And you don't necessarily actually have to have a marketing degree, right, to go into
Right.
marketing. It's actually one of those areas that is very skills driven.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So but if you've got a good understanding of marketing, that's a brilliant skill to be able to have. So yeah, they would be my top, they would be my top three, that I think are really going to add to that particular role and that particular area.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point about not necessarily having a background in marketing, but perhaps you were in some capacity where you were working, with customers or working with sales, and somehow maybe you were involved in some type of email campaign or account management for customers. You want to bring all those skills forward on your CV and on your resume to make sure that you are showcasing that you have that understanding, really your understanding of your customer and of their sales cycle, their journey. So creativity, if you have some creativity skills, if you've worked with other technology within the marketing sector, you want to make sure that you have that listed as well. Again, Marketing Cloud is Salesforce's marketing platform, digital platform. And if you have those skills, they're in high demand, aren't they, right now? So that is really the fastest growing cloud out there right now. So if you're really looking to upskill in your digital marketing skills, it's not a bad idea to add that on, correct? To get trained in Marketing Cloud.
Yeah, I mean, that is definitely a hot area. And if we actually think about digital skills, if we think about actually how our digital skills have actually grown since the pandemic, okay, so a lot of people, have actually been thrust into that digital world that wouldn't have normally if we
Right.
hadn't have had that pandemic, or not quite as quickly, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've been thrust into this digital world where we're kind of using all of these amazing tools.
Mm-hmm.
Even my parents,
Right.
at nearly the ripe old age of 80, and now sending text messages and emojis and on Zoom and FaceTime and all of these things. So we've been thrust into this kind of digital skills
Mm-hmm.
for everybody, not just for people that are in that arena. And I think on the back of that has really then made that marketing, marketing for customers has really kind of grown so much, hasn't it? It's had such a big growth. And
Right.
although that area I think has been steadily growing, it's kind of just seen a burst, hasn't it, of that
Right.
kind of digital marketing. Because we're all more digitally aware
Mm-hmm.
of this. We're all accessing different kind of social medias, and
Right.
different platforms, probably far more now than what we was before. So that actually means that has increased that growth, hasn't it, in that
Mm-hmm.
marketing. But it's so important for businesses to have brilliant marketing tools to be able to run a
Right.
profitable business.
To
And
have that presence, right? To
yeah,
have that
yeah,
remote, that digital presence. So you're right. I think it's been growing for a while, but we're just kind of seeing it exploding because of the pandemic has really caused that exploding. And then now we're seeing organizations trying to keep up
yeah,
and stay relevant. And, you brought up a good point too, when I was talking about having those communication skills. It's different, right? Because communication remotely or talking through video or any of those type of communication skills, not everybody is as practiced as that, right? We're
yeah.
used to talking to people face to face. So now we're communicating in different ways. We're communicating a lot more over social media, a lot more over videos and Zooms. So actually practicing and honing on those skills and bringing those skills to light on your CV as well is important. You've worked with virtual technology, you've hosted presentations, or you've done meetings over, Zoom or some other type of video feed that can showcase, that you understand the technology, you're able to effectively communicate in that modality. So that's important also, I think, to have on your CV, because a lot of times I see too, job openings ask specifically, have you, hosted a meeting? Have you worked with, these video platforms? Have you done that in the past so that you're comfortable with that? So that is definitely important. So yeah, it's changing. It's changing all the time. And plus globally, right? We're all
Yeah.
communicating globally more too.
Yeah.
So our reach has expanded big time with us more, being more virtual. So that's important to keep in mind too, as well. Well,
I'd
good.
heard a really good term actually, and it
Mhm.
was called "Everybody Wants to Be a Digital Nomad,"
Yep.
right? And this
Right.
is because, especially in that digital marketing world, you
Mhm.
can work remotely and you can
Mhm.
work from, as long as you've got the internet, you
Mhm.
know, everybody's striving to be this digital nomad. And I thought that was really interesting, because what that does do also is it does open up areas, doesn't it? You don't necessarily have to work for an employer within your country.
Right.
You don't necessarily have to be working in a set location.
Right.
So it does really open up that flexibility as well, doesn't it?
Mhm. Yeah.
As a career. And who doesn't want to be a digital nomad?
Right. I want to be a digital nomad. No, that's really important too. People want that for their, their lifestyle and for their work life, balance. They see a little bit of, keeping them happy, right? In their
Yeah.
workspace, being able to work from wherever you are. That's great. And Salesforce affords individuals a great opportunity when you're trained in Salesforce and when you're trained in Marketing Cloud or any of the platforms. You have a great opportunity to be able to work remotely and to work from wherever, because there's a lot of open positions that are remote. So we've seen it a lot. A lot of our super moms have been fortunate enough to get into roles that are remote, and they love it. So that presents itself with a great opportunity. So again, I think, just to kind of, I guess, review a little bit, skills to have on your CV or your resume. Maria and I both talked about it. I think especially important if you're in the marketing world, is to have those good communication skills across all platforms and all virtual platforms as well. Planning, planning campaigns, having that foresight to have that strategic planning is important. Definitely having some type of marketing skills, even if you're not you don't have a degree in marketing, but you've probably had some experience with marketing in some capacity in the past. Make sure that those skills are added onto your CV. Organization, being able to multitask and being able to run campaigns simultaneously is really important. So you want to make sure that you are showcasing that you are organized, and that you can do that. Also, analysis skills are very important right now. Business analysis skills and any type of analytical skills are very important, because we are data driven, and almost everything that we do in marketing and Marketing Cloud heavily relies on those, the data, so that you can analyze your customers in real time and you can understand them on a personal level and adjust. So having those analytical skills are important. And then I think trying to remember what the last thing, maybe that was it. Maybe that's all we went over. There's other
Project
yeah,
management, I think
project management. Project
was my one.
management.
Yeah.
Right. Project management is great too. Again, having that overall picture of
Yeah.
what your requirements are, how you need to implement your campaigns, and understanding on that higher level, I guess, so to speak, is very important. So if you can showcase those, you're in a really good position, aren't you, to be able to distinguish yourself in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think when we talk about, and we've spoken about this over the last few weeks, but I think it was really highlighted on the discovery session
Mhm.
yesterday by our trainee, Caitlin, wasn't it, who was on
Yes.
yesterday?
Mhm.
When you're really specializing in an area, you are becoming an expert in that particular field. And the
Mhm.
fact that she is being approached by recruiters via LinkedIn multiple times, a week, that's just incredible, isn't it? It
Right.
does go to show that when you do start to niche down and you do become that expert and you've got those skills and all of those things, people will come to
People
find
will
you
come
and
to you.
come to you. Yeah.
Come to find you. I just wanted to do a quick note too, because I do get questions on this as well. that, in marketing, it is, could be a important skill set to have too, as well, is to have some of those HTML skills. I know I've been asked this before. So if you've trained in that, or you understand that, that would be a good skill set to make sure that you add on. Or SQL, we go over a little bit of SQL in our courses, and in Marketing Cloud, you will cover that. So to have those skills as well are good to add on to your CV. And again, Marketing Cloud is a great platform to learn right now. As Maria just said, in our discovery session, we heard from one of our recent trainees who talked about starting our Marketing Cloud course and then actually having people reach out to her already. As soon as she put those skills on her LinkedIn profile, she had individuals reaching out to her that she was, studying and training in Marketing Cloud. So Supermums does have a great training program in Marketing Cloud. It starts on October the 26th. I can't believe it. It's already next week, right?
It's next week. It's next week already.
So if you are interested, do reach out to us. You can find us on LinkedIn. Go to supermums.org, find out about our class, and register. We do have a deadline to register by Friday. So we're coming up against the deadline here. It's Wednesday. So don't miss out. If you want to learn Marketing Cloud and you want to learn more about our program, please reach out to Maria or myself. Ask questions in the comments. We'll try to get back to you. And again, we can set up a time to talk quickly so that you understand what you'll learn in Marketing Cloud and why it might be a good fit for you.
Yeah, we love to talk. We say this every week. So come and chat with us.
Come and chat with us. We like to talk to everybody. And it's a good opportunity for you to really, for us to really look at what are your goals? What do you hope to achieve? Where do you want to end up? I had a good discussion with somebody this morning that was considering adding on Marketing Cloud, but he had a long-term goal of where he wanted to be in 6 months. So that's perfect. We talked about that and how you get there. So adding on Marketing Cloud was a good option for him because he wants to be at a certain goal and he knows where he wants to be in 6 months. So if you need someone to talk that through, Maria and I, again, love to chat. We love to talk about that. We are both coaches. So we take a look at your professional goals and we figure out how you can achieve those. So definitely reach out to us.
Yeah, definitely. And the last thing that I will add to that, because these skills that we've spoken about today are sometimes hidden, aren't they? We call them project management or business analysis or communication, all these things.
Good point.
But sometimes they're hidden, aren't they? So what we can do is start to actually look at where you've already got those skills and then where you need to upskill, which I think is important, isn't it? Because you've probably got already a few of those in the toolkit.
That's a great point because and analysis skills, I think too, most people don't understand where they've previously used those analysis skills. So if we take a look back, that's kind of our job to find those hidden areas in your experience or in projects or responsibilities that you've had in the past and really bring that, to light to say, look, you really do have these analysis skills. This is where you've utilized them before. So you're exactly right. We can bring those transferable skills out. And so if you're confused, you're not sure you have those skills, definitely reach out to us and we can help you figure that out. Great. Well, I think we don't have any comments. So again, if you have any questions, do reach out to us. We'd be happy to help. And find us on LinkedIn, go to supermums.org, reach out to Maria or myself, set up an appointment, and we'd be happy to do that for you.
Absolutely.
Oh, great. Thanks so much. Everybody have a good rest of the day. Thanks.
Thanks, Diane.
Bye-bye, Maria.
Bye-bye.